In some places, the light can be so harsh that cracks appear into the fabric of lived reality. Where there are no shadows, at times the familiar order collapses, and the world takes on a raw, amorphous persona. This is what split personality looks like. This smudge of land wedged in between the sea and the sky. Here, lives unfold under a permanent sun. With more than 300 days of sunshine a year, for the crowds that visit it, this island off the coast of Africa is little more than a liminal space. Tourists cross this place like a transit hall, between one frantic burst of work and the next, between one life stage and another. The paid leave is the incentive that makes the daily grind bearable. Months are spent in anticipation of it. But once the plane lands, what is there left to look forward to at night? Could the dream holiday, then, be primarily a holiday from dreams themselves? And often, the void of the night is met by the emptiness of the following day. Ultimately, the landscape's tangibility amounts to nothing more than a series of vignettes in the family photo album. With each plane landing, the package holiday experience spawns carbon copies of itself, an endless stream of identical pictures portraying an original that is no longer there. Everything here is bold and bright, designed to exalt the senses. Vacations have the color of neon glow and of fine golden sand. In the absence of seasons, days have a sultry, languorous feel to them. But those who live here long enough are also familiar with the dark, discreet side of the island's inner life. In his novel The Outsider, the French-Algerian writer Albert Camus highlights the two roles the sun plays in the life of his protagonist, Meursault. Whilst the late afternoon is a time for the sunshine and inconsequential pleasures of the beach, the midday sun is associated with death and transmogrification. It melts the asphalt of a road into a viscous substance. It turns flesh into sweat and the metal of a knife blade into a sword of light. Camus' sun is one that falls flat on things, weighs on them and pins them down. But for all its insidiousness, this is also a sun that leaves no shadows and brings forth the unfamiliar nature of things. This ambiguity of the sun is worn on the skin. Here, the people are darker, yet they cover more. They move slower and age faster. Under a permanent sun, one bright day merges into another, forcing the cycles of the light into the collective consciousness. The year ceases to be one of dichotomies and contrasts, and it becomes one of contiguities and nuances. The sensuous sun is sparingly indulged in, and the apex of the midday sun signals a time to seek refuge from the intensity of its gaze. For those holidaymakers soon to be rejoining the rat race, the temptation to catch up on life and fit a year's worth of pleasures into a week means that the shifting moods of the light often go ignored or unnoticed. They step out of the shade with little regard for the brutally honest glare cast by the Permasun onto the raw underbelly of their carefully constructed reality. Tensions often run skin deep here. As many relationships come to an end as holiday romances blossom. Money is gambled and lost. and the potential for violence and madness discreetly lurks around every corner, in every hotel room. The lucidity of the light coaxes the strange out of the familiar and casts an alien hue onto the mundane. It breaks through the artificiality of the landscape and fixes into cognizance that which is contingent and ineffable. Not all is always well under the Permasun.